This is the plaintiff, Marlo. She says she dated the defendant for a short period of time, and it turned out to be one of the biggest mistakes of her life. She loaned the loser money. He stole a diamond necklace from her and is nothing more than a pathological liar and thief. Good riddance. She's suing for $610, the money's loaned, and jewelry. This is the defendant, Cody Ives. He says he met the plaintiff when he was drunk at a bar, and they started dating even though she's 20 years older than him. This whole lawsuit stems from the plaintiff seeing him with another girl and getting mad. So mad, she called the cops and accused him of stealing her jewelry. Ha! Let's see what the judge says. He's accused of conning a cougar.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Marlo, you've asked to be referred to only by your first name, correct?
Yes, please.
Marlo, you are suing Cody Ives, correct, for $610 that you say he owes you, $500 of it for loans that you made to him throughout the time you were dating him, and $110 for a chain you're going to tell me about. What happened?
I did meet him in a bar last summer, and I loaned him $500.
Why would you, okay, are you skipping a bunch of things, or did you just meet him at a bar and then hand him $500 at the bar?
No,
okay.
no.
You met him at a bar?
I met him at a bar, and we didn't talk for a while. Then I met him, we reconnected in December.
And then were you dating then?
Yes.
Okay, and then he starts to tell you about money problems.
Yeah, he started telling me about money problems.
What did he do for a living?
Well, he wasn't working at the time.
Okay.
He was in a car accident, and he needed money to pay his lawyer for legal fees. And
What did he need a lawyer for, the car accident? Okay.
Yes. And he was just giving me this whole sob story about how he was going to go to jail for a very long time if he didn't have a lawyer.
Why was he going to? Okay, well, that's not, all right. There was a car accident. There's obviously something more to this.
Well, it was a DUI.
Oh, the car accident was his fault?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, so he had a criminal lawyer
Yes.
in order to defend him on this DUI?
Yes.
Okay, so go on.
And he needed money for that.
So he's unemployed, he has a DUI. I can see why you thought he was perfect for you.
He had a broken leg. So
that just makes him better. He's unemployed, he has a DUI pending, and he has a broken leg.
Well,
He's perfect.
I felt sorry for
How
him.
much younger is he than you?
He's 24, I'm 40.
Ooh. Bonus. Go ahead, so go on.
So I felt sorry for him. He was giving me the whole sob story about, he was calling me all the time, baby this, baby that, really putting it on thick. And I felt sorry for him, so I, said I can give you some money. So I loaned him like $100 just to help him out. And then it was like the next day, it was, another sob story. And I was like, all right, but that's really all I can do. So I gave him another $100. And then a week later, it was another sob story about how he has to take some course.
Do you have children?
I have 2 kids.
How old?
8 and 12.
Okay, so go on.
So over the course of about 2 to 3 weeks, I lent him what totaled to be $500. I have the withdrawal from my checking account that I have, and you have a copy of it as well.
But didn't you see that he had no means to pay you back?
Well, he told me that when he got his taxes, he was going to pay me back.
So you're making him these loans when? What month?
It was the beginning of January.
Okay, and then, so according to you, you think you're going to get your money back on what month?
I thought it was going to be about April,
Okay.
when he got his taxes back.
Okay, so go on.
So about the end of January, I noticed that my a diamond necklace was missing. And I went to the pawn shop about 2 miles down from his house, and lo and behold, there it was.
Wait, why did you go to the pawn shop 2 miles from his house? Why did you
Because I
ask him,
know-
did you take my necklace?
No, because I knew he took it.
How did you know
He was
took
the
it?
only person in my house.
All right,
really.
so you go to a pawn shop around his house and?
And there it was.
And?
And his name was on it. He's the one that.
His name was on it?
Yeah, when they brought up the transaction, it was his name. He brought it in, and
then what
it's
happened?
worth $1,500.
Okay.
Well, I called the police. I went
Okay.
to the police station.
All right, but so you're clearly not dating him, because if you
No.
were dating him, you would have been calling him. So
No.
you call the police.
No. Yes.
So why did you guys break up? Like, how did it break up? Or he just blew you off?
Yeah.
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 All right, so you call the police, and what did the police do?
They started a case. They started a case, and
Okay, do you have charges pending against you now?
Well, for a car accident, yes. For that, the officer called me. I told him exactly what happened.
What happened according to you?
No,
She says you stole her necklace.
No, that's why she knew exactly what pawn shop it was at, because she gave it to me.
She gave you the necklace?
Yes, I pawned it for money. She gave it to me towards my lawyer bill. And when I was on the phone, when I was in the pawn shop, I was on the phone with her, telling her how much they were going to give me for it.
How much did they give you for it?
It was like $40. It wasn't nothing. And so when the police officer called me, I said, I already know what you're calling me about. I said, the pawn shop.
How did you know?
Because the pawn shop called me and said, Marlo came down here with a friend and wanted her necklace back, but we can't give it to her because you pawned it. And he's like, I know you were on the phone, or he's like, just come down here and talk to me.
So did you sign the thing out? Did you pay the money back?
I went down there, and she said she was calling the cops. So he's like, I can't give it to you. He's like, I know you didn't steal it. He's like, pay me for what I paid you for it. And when the cop comes down here, I'm gonna tell him the story and what happened. I'll give it to the cop. So I paid for it. He kept it. He called the Seymour detective. Seymour detective came down, picked it up, and he called me back. And he said, tell me what happened. I told him. He said, okay. He was like, I can understand that. He's like, something went south. Yeah, detective.
So you never got arrested for stealing the necklace?
No.
All right, now let's back it up a little bit. You guys start dating. You meet her where? At a bar?
I met her at a bar. We never dated because I knew I was going to have a criminal case against me because I just got served with the DUI not too long ago. She gave me money for my lawyer. I paid him.
Yeah, well, you're obviously dating because were you just sleeping together?
No,
Is that it? But you're not taking her out? What does that mean? I don't know.
I wasn't living with her. We weren't dating.
Okay.
And when she gave...
Were you intimate with her, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And so how were you in a position to borrow money from her?
I didn't borrow it. She heard me arguing because, I'm not going to lie, I lost my job because of the accident. I was working before the accident. I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks from the car accident. I was really hurt. I couldn't work.
How's the other guy?
No,
Who did you hit?
a lady hit me.
A lady hit you?
Yes.
But
the accident was not my fault, but I was drinking and had a suspended license. That's why I got arrested, not for the accident.
No, they don't have to prove that you caused the accident. They just have to prove that you were driving drunk and that you had no permission to drive.
Yeah, I had a suspended license, yes.
Yeah, and then they're going to put you away.
Yes. No.
Right, so you didn't want to start a relationship, but you were happy to sleep with her and take her money.
Well, no, I slept with her.
And then she offers the money because she hears you arguing with whom?
Like, I was talking to, like, my brother and my mother, asking them to help me because I didn't have the money to pay for the retainer fee for the lawyer. So she hears me arguing with my mother and, like, my brother for, like, a couple days. And then finally she said, as a friend, I'm going to give you $200. She's like, I'm doing this because I can see no one's helping you. As a friend, I'm giving you this. So she went down to the bank, grabbed $200, gave it to me. I said, thank you. And then a couple days later, I was still talking to my brother about it, and she's like, you know what, stop calling them about it. She said, here, I'll give you the rest of the money, just pay him. And she never asked for it back, and
The rest of the money was the other $300?
I believe she only gave me $200 more and then the necklace. But maybe it was $300. It totaled out to about $500 yesterday.
Okay, then what was the necklace for?
Because she didn't have the whole $500, because one time she
Why did you write, okay, you wrote down here in your statement, the necklace was for something else I don't want to talk about. I do want to talk about it. What was the necklace for?
All right, because, well,
but judging by the smile on your face, now I really know that I want to talk about this. Go ahead.
All right, she likes to smoke weed, and I know people that have it. So.
And therefore?
She gave me a necklace. And it was pawned towards that. That's what it was for.
You said to me earlier in this case that the necklace was part of trying to raise money for the lawyer. Now you're changing that and telling me that the necklace is part of trying to buy some marijuana for her?
No, I wrote in the statement. It was, she gave me money for my lawyer. She paid me cash. I'm not going to lie. She gave it to me. But I never had an arrangement with her to pay her back. And then she started, the necklace was for marijuana. That's what
were you going to pay your brother and your mother back?
Well, no, I don't have the money to pay him back.
No, I understand you don't have the money now. Were you going to get a tax refund check?
No, I am, but
okay,
the
so
lawyer...
when you were asking your mother and your brother for the money, was your plan to pay them back?
No, I was asking them to help me.
When your refund check comes, you just want it. You don't want to
it wasn't for that. The lawyer is a lot more than $500. That was a retainer fee for the lawyer. Mm-hmm. Altogether, the lawyer charged me $2,500.
Has the case already happened?
It's going on tomorrow. It should be all done.
Wow. Okay, and what's going to happen tomorrow? Trial?
No.
Or you pled?
No, I'm pleading guilty to it.
You're going to serve time?
Yes.
How much?
A year. There was a DUI early when I was 17 years old. That was a long time ago. That's why I have to go in for this one, because it's mandatory in Connecticut, second DUI. And I told her this from you, and I told her I knew I was in trouble. And after we stopped talking, she kept showing up at my parents' house, harassing me, talking about why you stopped talking to me, like being like a little crazy about it. So I called.
Did you start saying somebody else?
No, I'm not with anyone. No. After that scene where the
Why did you stop seeing her? Like you were seeing her,
because she started catching feelings, and then I told her one time, my sister.
It's like a flu.
Huh?
She started catching feelings.
Can I say something?
Okay.
No, I apologize, but and then she shows up at my house at like 2:30 in the afternoon, yelling in the front yard, "Come outside! I want to talk to you." At my parents' house.
What does she want to talk about?
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So how likely is it that this guy legitimately loves older women? He's 24, she's 40, or he's using her?
I think it's 80% sure that he's using her.
Only 80%, huh? What do you think?
80 to 95.
Well, I'm not really asking for percentages, okay? Do you think this guy is in love, or is this just a case?
I think it's really likely that he's just using her.
And how stupid is she then?
Very stupid.
Would you ever do that? When you're 40 years old, would you ever do that? Yes, you would. Going inside the courtroom.
She's like, "Why are you ignoring me? You're not calling me, not answering my phone call." I said, "I've been busy." I could see that she was had feelings for me, and I'll just, after that, I've never talked to her again. I never seen her again after that day right there.
Did you want to respond to that?
Well, he has convictions. If you have copies
Oh,
of
what,
those.
now you bothered to figure them out? When you picked up a boy 20 years younger than you at a bar, you weren't looking at any convictions. But now you made it your business to figure out who he was that you were letting in your house around your two little kids? When did you file this case?
In mid-February.
If you expected to be paid in April, why did you file in mid-February?
Because I knew that he stole my necklace.
Okay, what are you suing for? You're suing for $500 in money that you say was loaned that he says was,
Yes.
was a gift.
Yes.
And you're suing for $110 for the gold chain that you say he stole, that he says you asked him to pawn so you can buy money for pot.
Right, well,
Okay,
the
what is
chain
the-
was
the
scrapped.
chain? What
the
is that
chain
about?
was scrapped because I just have the heart. It's a heart diamond.
Okay.
And the chain was scrapped because I guess that's what they do at pawn shops. They scrap chains. And I don't know. The chain's not there.
I find it rather suspicious that you knew exactly what pawn shop to go to and that you did not authorize the necklace going to that pawn shop.
He sold it for $30.
Yeah,
It's
I
worth
find it very suspicious
$1,500.
that you knew where to go. I mean, it's just sort of
And
strange.
in the area where I live.
Okay, I don't need either one of you to
Oh.
pipe in.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, I'm talking, I'm not asking a question. I find it a little bit suspicious. I also know that pawn shops, you don't have one pawn shop in the area. Pawn shops usually sprout up where there's a
Yeah.
bunch of other pawn shops.
Yeah.
And I find it suspicious that you knew exactly where to go. And that makes me nervous about the rest of your testimony. Because these cases are always difficult to prove. Boyfriend, girlfriend, loan, gift. But if I catch you in a lie about something, or I feel like you might be lying to me about something, that makes everything else very suspect in my eyes. I find that you haven't proven your case. I find in favor of the defendant.
Well, the plaintiff is coming out of the courtroom on the losing end of this case. They're in a discussion right here. What's being talked about now?
Apparently, the suspicion on the judge's part was caused by the fact that Marlo was able to find her necklace in the pawn shop, and
Since it was the
there,
first,
I
went to
basically
pawn
we
shops
scoured
and I
every
went to
pawn
that.
shop in that area to find that necklace. So we didn't
Yeah,
get a
and
chance
it was
to say
the pawn
that.
shop
It's
that
very
I went
strange.
to when I found it.
How in the world did you get involved with this gentleman?
I don't
Sheer
know. Never
unadulterated
again.
stupidity.
Never again. I've learned my lesson. Definitely.
What's the lesson?
To get to know somebody really good first.
What did you find so attractive
I think
about him
you
at the
are-
beginning? At the beginning,
I don't know. I don't know.
anything? Can you say anything?
Well, he was,
bird.
yeah. To take care of
What
him.
lesson
I
do you
guess.
want her to have learned here?
That when you're in arbitration, you're very apt to get shut down very quickly.
That's the
Unfairly.
life lesson? That's the life
Unfairly.
lesson?
That's what
I
I've
think
learned
there's a
here
bigger
today, is
lesson than that.
That lady just shut
All right,
us
head right down that way.
without asking questions.
All right, come on in here. How do you feel about the outcome here?
It was right. That was the truth, and that's what happened. I mean, if I really stole the necklace, criminal charges would have been brought against me. And there was no criminal investigation. There's no warrant. And I went down and got the necklace. I didn't know the necklace, the chain wasn't returned, but I got the charm back. I went down and paid for it. And it just found it funny that she knew exactly where it was. And because she knew where it was, I was on the phone with her when it got pawned and told her how much she was getting.
Did you take advantage of this woman?
No, I didn't. She offered to pay. I didn't ask her for the money. My family.
But you took it.
Oh, no, I took it, but she offered it. She offered to pay for the...
That's not taking advantage?
No, how?
Harvey?
If the necklace were really for marijuana, then the judge would not have given her her money back, because in the law, that's called unclean hands. And that will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.